Even though bringing a foreign fiancé to the U.S. is a risky choice which many times doesn't work out, that doesn't stop us from intently watching 90 Day Fiancé season after season. Whole issues such as the cultural shock faced by the cast or problems related to money are a big source of entertainment in the show. What really kept us loyally tuning in is the endless and sometimes fruitless hope of seeing our favorite couples having a happy ending. With the wrapping up of Season 8 in early 2021, viewers still have many questions regarding the couple's backgrounds, what they did before the show, and whatever happened to them. Are you interested also? If so, stay with us. It's not rare for reality TV audiences to wonder what the stars of their favorite shows did before fame. However, this topic is of a special interest when it comes to Amira Lalisa and Andrew Kenton, as the latter has affirmed several times to buying Amira countless expensive gifts. While many still doubt Andrew's statements, this has certainly awakened curiosity over his job and current financial situation. According to Screen Rant, Andrew has been working in his mother's childcare business since before being cast in the show, apparently earning as much as $60,000 per year. Andrew also studied at Dublin City University, from where he graduated with a degree in international security and conflict resolution, though he's evidently more interested in literature, writing poetry, and children's books. On top of that, it's known that he's been focused on digital illustration since the end of 90 Day Fiancé in early 2021, and while it's unknown how much he earns from his many artistic efforts, it must be enough to afford the lavish resorts, vacations, and other pricey stuff we saw in the show. On Amira's side, her work history is unknown, and in fact, when she appeared in 90 Day Fiancé, she openly admitted to not having a job back then. As seen in the show, Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina had many issues following her arrival in the U.S. While many of those had to do with jealousy and lack of communication, the audience also saw Julia's displeasure at taking care of the animals on her parents' farm, as it didn't go according to her dreams of a lavish life in the U.S. Though the situation certainly complicated her relationship with Brandon, the farm wasn't the only thing between Julia and her aspirations. According to In Touch Weekly, Brandon's job before and throughout the series' run was a pest control technician, which unfortunately isn't a well-paying job, since the profession's yearly salary is around $40,000. Julia's job history is certainly more extensive and varied than Brandon's. She joined the workforce at 13 years of age, initially handing out advertising posters on the streets in the early years, later taking jobs in bars, as a singer, in a courthouse, as a manager, and the list goes on. However, Julia's career aspirations are on the creative side, as she affirmed in an Instagram post she wanted to pursue a career in design, for which she obtained a degree in her native Russia. Though it's unknown what she's doing to pursue that dream, it's undeniable that she doesn't lack the will and ability to do so. As with most couples who appear in 90 Day Fiancé, Jovi Dufresne and Yara Zaya went through several difficulties throughout their 8-season run. Their on-screen appearances were filled with lots of emotional moments, mostly having to do with the miscarriage she suffered prior to the show, added to drama prompted by Jovi's suspicions about Yara's apparent real intentions in getting her visa. According to Screen Rant, Yara was also regarded as a gold digger by the audience, as she often showed her displeasure at Jovi's family, his belongings, and even about the articles they wanted to buy for their home. At some point, declaring to wanting $1 million, a penthouse worth $27 million. Despite the adverse judgment coming her way, Yara was financially independent back in her native country, as she affirmed in an Instagram post, "I had my own shop. I also worked in ordinary jobs as a waiter, hostess, makeup artist." Regarding Jovi, long before joining the show, he had been working for an international advanced subsea solutions company and earned quite well from it. Nonetheless, Jovi ultimately left that job to take a less demanding position in another company, which, despite not paying quite as much, left him more free to spend time with his family. After being introduced in the 7th season, Mike Youngquist and Natalie Mordetseva's turbulent relationship went through many ups and downs, so that featuring in the following season was mandatory. At their introduction to 90 Day Fiancé, Mike's main occupation seemed mainly focused in his farm in Sequim, located in Northeast Washington State. As the audience got to know more about the couple, it was revealed that Mike actually had a full-time job in a construction supply company in Seattle, which was 3 hours away from their city. Apparently, He already had this job before debuting in the show, already used to waking up at 3 a.m. and returning home briefly before sunset, before Natalie turned his lie upside down. While it's unknown how much Mike earned in said job, his demanding routine and long daily absences from home added yet another cause to the disagreements between him and Natalie. On her part, details about Natalie's past life were unknown for a long time, including her job history and former husbands. The mystery finally came to light after the show's end, when her social media followers learned that Natalie had a career as an actress and a model in her native country. While details about her apparent successful past career still haven't been revealed, it's not surprising to see the many differences between her and Mike. The 90 Day Fiancé audience first knew about Rebecca Parrott and Zied Hakimi in the third season of the spin-off Before the 90 Days, premiered in 2019. The couple's first meeting happened back in Zied's native Tunisia, when Rebecca traveled there after talking to him on Facebook for a couple of months. Though starting a romance through social media isn't a rarity, especially for long-distance couples, this pair dealt with many issues, starting with the fact that Rebecca lied to him about her physical appearance. Their usual disagreements regarding culture and religion added to the 22-year age gap between them. However, the main concern came from Rebecca's family and friends, who strongly suspected Zied didn't love her and was just after a visa and her money. Those suspicions were valid, not only because Rebecca's ex-boyfriend cheated on her, but also because her job as a private investigator pays her quite a lot and amuses her no end. "I love busting the cheaters," as she admitted on screen. According to Screen Rant, she had this profession long before joining the show and previously worked as a motorcycle mechanic. Regarding Zied, back in Tunisia he worked as an actor and gladly settled for a common job in a furniture store in the US in late 2021. The story of Stephanie Davison and Ryan Carr in the show is messy to say the least. As the couple was introduced, the main issues in their relationship were somewhat apparent to the audience, such as openly expressing her concerns about him cheating on her, added to hiding the fact that she slept with his cousin during a breakup. She also confessed to paying for his work wages during the coronavirus pandemic as a way to boost his self-esteem by having a job, a stunt she was supposedly successful at, giving her connections to his boss at a resort in Belize. However, there's always so much more than meets the eye when it comes to reality TV. As Stephanie confessed on her Instagram page after the show's season wrapped, she and Ryan had actually broken up their 3-year-long relationship shortly before filming began, meaning that most of what was seen on screen was fake. Furthermore, her paying for Ryan's salary was false as well, but the farce helped him financially after he became jobless during the pandemic, as she declared. That being said, Stephanie is indeed a successful spa owner as seen on screen, and apparently only went on with the show's idea to promote her business. "I wasn't out seeking fame, never wanted to be famous," she admitted. Loyal viewers of Before the 90 Days might remember Tariq Myers and Hazel Kagalatin well, as they appeared in the show's second season, aired in 2016. After proposing and actually getting their relationship to level up, Hazel finally moved to the US, as seen later in the 8th season of 90 Day Fiancé. While Tariq and Hazel initially dealt with their upcoming wedding and trying to bring Hazel's son to the US, further issues came to light, such as jealousy, problems caused by Tariq's brother's intervention to cause Hazel's forceful coming out as a bisexual, trust issues, and the usual cultural clashes common in these types of situations. Given the many obstacles thrown at them, the couple was quite unstable during the show, but the only thing which remained the same was Tariq's job situation. According to online reports, Tariq owns a real estate company, Quantum Money LLC. The income from his business might be good, considering it not only enabled him to travel overseas several times, but also took care of his children, as well as paying for Hazel's move to the US. It also allowed him to pursue a side career as a rapper under the pseudonym Dirt Deo, though he hasn't been very successful at that one. Unfortunately, Hazel's job history hasn't been revealed, though it's known her financial situation back in the Philippines wasn't good. Couples in 90 Day Fiancé usually don't last long, which makes every couple who managed to stay together a rarity. In the case of the show's 8th season stars, a couple of them have remained together, regardless of the obstacles thrown their way. For starters, Jovi and Yara are still happily married, regardless of their scandals and the split opinion about her from the show's audience. The couple married in 2020, welcoming daughter Mila Angelina later that year. In Brandon Gibbs and Julia Tropkina's case, they're still together and aren't shy about showing their married life through social media. Happily for them, leaving Brandon's family house seemingly improved their relationship, and now Julia even gladly takes care of the farm when her in-laws are busy or away on a trip. While not many people hold high hopes for Rebecca Parrott and Zied Hakimi's relationship, to date the couple is surprisingly still together, still living in Georgia, and with big plans for the future in mind. Though the show had positive results for some of the cast, the experience didn't exactly turn out the way for the rest. In the case of Andrew Kenton and Amira Lolisa, they split after she went back to France following a disagreement with him, as seen in the show. The split wasn't friendly at all. Kenton claimed that 90 Day Fiancé purposefully and wrongly painted him as a villain, but claimed that Amira was allegedly looking for quick fame and money through him, on more than one occasion showing screenshots of his pricey gifts for her during her engagement. He's now living in Portland, while Amira is living with her new, unnamed boyfriend in the U.S. Considering their many clashes, it's not unsurprising to know that Mike Youngquist and Natalie Mordatseva aren't together anymore. Their relationship lasted a year after the season ended, resulting in her moving to Florida, while Mike put his farm on the market in mid-2022. For her part, Stephanie Davison has been very vocal about her fake on-screen love story with Ryan Carr. Following the season's wrap-up, she accused her former boyfriend of assault as they filmed in Belize. He hasn't responded and is living an apparently normal life back at home. The relationship between Tariq Myers and Hazel Kagalatin was tumultuous during their run on TV and is still hard to define. They have been in an on and off relationship since their wedding, apparently splitting seriously in 2020, but then reconciling the following year. According to In Touch Weekly, by May 2022, they were no longer living together, and she was apparently returning to her home country. However, given how unstable the relationship has been, it's hard to tell if this latest separation is final or not. But there's nothing left than to wish them and the other cast members happiness in their lives, whether they're together or not. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.